Welcome back, my dear students. After the derivation of the expression for electric potential or potential due to a point charge, I can compare electric field expression of the electric field and electric potential. That is, we got the expression for the electric field as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square in our previous chapter. And in the previous class, what we got the expression for the electrostatic potential is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. So the difference between electric field and electric potential is just one denominator square, and here it is r. So I can write, in the exam, there is a possibility of asking, write the difference between electric field and electric potential. Then first difference is the expression. Expression for the electric field is given by E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Expression for the electric potential is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Then next, one more difference is, what is the next difference? Electric field is the force experienced by a unit positive charge, correct? This is nothing but force experienced by the unit charge, or E is equal to F by Q. Whereas electric potential is nothing but, or V is nothing but work done per unit charge in bringing it from infinity to that point. So electric field is nothing but force experienced by the unit charge kept at that point, whereas V is nothing but, or potential is nothing but work done per unit charge in bringing it from infinity to that point. Second point. One more. What is the SI unit for the electric potential? SI unit for electric potential is Newton per Coulomb, whereas SI unit of electric potential is Joule per Coulomb or volt. So there is a difference for the SI unit also. Can you help me for the one more difference? What is the next difference? Here electric field or electric intensity is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, whereas here electric potential is inversely proportional to the distance. It is not square of the distance. Here square of the distance, here is inversely proportional to the distance. Then one more, can you help me? Can you help me? This is a vector quantity. Whereas this is a scalar quantity. This is a vector quantity, this is a scalar quantity. Then, one more difference. Can you help me for one more difference? See, in our previous chapter, we came to know that electric field inside a charged conductor is 0. Inside the charged conductor, electric field is 0, whereas the electric potential inside the charged conductor is not a 0, it is a constant. It is not 0. So I can say, when we compare, we will say it is not equal to 0. Inside a charged conductor, not E, sorry, V. I'm sorry, use the term V, because we use the term V for electric potential. So these are the difference between electric field and electric potential. Very, very important for 2 marks. I think either 2 marks or 3 marks question can be asked for difference between electric field and electric potential. First one, you can write directly the expressions. Second one, you can say this is nothing but force per unit charge, that is work done per unit charge. SI units difference. This is not a Newton per Coulomb, this is Joule per Coulomb or volt. This is inversely proportional to R square, this is inversely proportional to R. This is a vector quantity, this is a scalar quantity. Inside the charged conductor, electric field is 0, whereas inside the charged conductor, V is not equal to 0. Why it is not equal to 0? we will be going further. We will speak about it later. Okay. Next, if we compare this electric field and electric potential, and if we plot the graph, all the other terms are same, only R and R square inversely proportional, which the term is present, that is different. So if we plot the graph for R versus E or V, then as the value of R increases, see, E is what? Inversely proportional to R square, and V is inversely proportional to R. So as R value increases, E value decreases. Here also, as R value increases, V value decreases. So as R increases, V value also decreases. And this is for what? E. For V, how the graph is? Little bit more than V, because this is to the power R, this doesn't have to the power 1. Therefore, this, if this R value increases, square of the R increases here, so this becomes little bit more small. So therefore, the graph is like this. The graph is like this. This is for V is inversely proportional to R. This is how graphically we can say the difference between E and V. Graphically, the representation of the variation of the electric field and electric potential with the distance R. So this is for V and this is for R. V also decreases, E also decreases, but rate of decrease in E is more compared to V, because this is inversely proportional to R square, this is inversely proportional to R. Next, what I want to speak about is about the electric dipole. You have come across the concept called electric dipole in your previous class, correct? Electric dipole is nothing but a pair of equal and opposite charges separated by the distance 2a. Okay, pair of equal and opposite charge separated by the distance 2a is nothing but a electric dipole, and dipole moment is nothing but the product of one of the charge and distance of separation between them. You remember this, right? We will use the same concept, because the next concept what we are moving for is expression for the electric potential due to an electric dipole. Expression for the electric potential due to electric dipole. This derivation is not there for you. Only the final expression is needed. That is expression for the electric potential . So the expression is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta divided by R. P cos theta by R square. We have got the expression for the electric potential as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. But expression for the electric potential due to a dipole is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square, where P is nothing but dipole moment 2AQ or Q into 2A, and theta is the angle between the, see, if this is a plus Q and minus Q, two equal and opposite charges separated by the distance 2A, we have to find the electric potential at a point P, which is at a distance R from the dipole inclined at an angle theta. So this is the angle between the dipole and the displacement, position vector. I can say position vector. So therefore, P cos theta by R square. Understood? This derivation is not at all important, not that. But still, if you want to learn it, when you come to our college, I'll help you. Because if I write over here, you will not understand. So when we start our college, if you are interested, I will help you for that derivation. Okay? So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square. This is the expression for the electric potential due to a dipole. Now, can you help me to compare one more question, important question, difference between potential due to a point charge and potential due to the dipole. Help me. Expression. Potential due to point charge and potential due to dipole. The difference. Can you help me for this difference? One expression. Correct? Sorry. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Where expression for the potential due to dipole is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square. One difference is expression. Next, here potential is inversely proportional to R, whereas here potential is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Next, one more. Can you help me? Potential due to the point charge depends on the position vector, whereas this one, it depends upon the position vector and also angle. Here it depends upon only R. Here it depends upon the R and also theta. Depends on, V depends on position vector R. Here V depends on position vector R and angle theta. Position vector angle R and angle theta, and also it depends upon the P, that is dipole moment. Dipole moment. Next, anything else? Any other difference? Enough. Only three difference we can say over here. That is expression inversely proportional and it depends upon the R only. Here it depends upon R, theta and P. Next, the next concept which we are moving for is graphical representation, just like previous one. Can we write graphically, how can we write these two expressions, difference between these two? V and this is R. Same way it is. This is V inversely proportional to R square. This is for V inversely proportional to R. This is how variation of the potential due to a single charge and the due to the dipole difference in graphically we represent. Suppose if we have not only one charge, many number of charges present, then how can we find the total potential due to the many system of the charges? Let us consider a point P. One charge is here, Q1. Another charge is here, Q2. Another charge is here, Q3. One more charge is present over here, Q4. I want to find what is the potential at the point P due to the system of charge. System of charge is many number of charges present. So how can we find out? Help me. At the point P, first we have to see the position vector. Let this position vector be R1P. Let this position vector be R2P. This position vector be R4P. And this position vector be R3P. Okay. Then how can we find out? Let us consider the system of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And if there is n number, then up to Qn. With the position vectors R1P, R2P, R3P, R4P, etc. Then potential due to, we will consider single charges. Potential due to the first charge V1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 divided by R1P. Potential due to the second charge 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q22 by R2P. V3 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q4 3 by R3P. V4 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q4 divided by R4P. Therefore, total potential is nothing but V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. It is a scalar quantity, so I can add it easily. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R1P plus Q2 by R2P plus Q3 by R3P plus Q4 by R4P. Therefore, total potential is just adding all the potentials due to the individual charges. Hence, if there are n number of charges, in general, we can write V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. How can we write in general? Q1 by R1P plus Q2 by R2P plus etc. Qn by Rnp. For n number of charges. This expression is very important in solving the problems. So electric potential at a point due to the system of the charge is equal to algebraic sum of electric potential due to each charge. Algebraic sum of potential due to each charge taken one at a time. Understood? So due to the system of the charges, potential at a point is nothing but algebraic sum of the potential due to the each charge taken one at the time. Initially we will take Q1 for that one, Q2, Q3, Q4, then add all these things. So this is the expression for the system of charges. So I can say this is nothing but superposition principle in case of potential. So I can also call this as superposition, as in the previous chapter. This is also a superposition principle due to the system of charges present. The next concept what we are moving for is just comparing previous chapters, few of the concepts. We had done one derivation at the end of the previous chapter, that is spherical shells, correct? Do you remember that spherical shell? Yes. Expression for the electric field inside the shell, outside the shell, and all we have done the expression. So potential, we are not going to derive it, but we are just saying potential inside the shell of radius r is, what is the expression will be V? V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R, if R is the distance. Expression for the potential outside the shell is on the shell, outside the shell. If R is greater than or greater than R, then V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. It depends upon the R. If R is very greater than, that is outside the shell. If it is greater than R, then it is R. This is for on the shell. This is for outside the shell. Then next one more expression for inside the shell. If a spherical shell of radius r having the charge q, spherical shell of radius r having the charge q, then inside the shell, what will be the expression? If it is, you have taken capital Q, okay, Q. Inside the shell, what is the expression? V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R itself. The expression doesn't change. These are important for your multiple choice, not for theory. Okay, important, but more important for your MCQs. So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Sorry, not small letter r, capital letter R. Always inside the shell, the potential is not equal to 0. We said in difference. Do you remember? We said inside the shell, the potential difference will be there and it is not equal to 0. So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R is the expression for the inside potential difference inside the spherical shell. The next we will be solving one small problem. We'll go for one problem. Write down the equation. That is first question. A regular hexagon of side, a regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has a charge . 5 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. Calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. A regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has a charge 5 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. Calculate the potential at the center of the hexagon. How can we solve it? Hexagon means 6 sides, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, this is the shape of hexagon. Fine. Hexagon is having on for regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has the charge 5 microcoulomb at each vertices. Okay, 5 microcoulomb, 5 microcoulomb, 5 microcoulomb, 5 microcoulomb, 5 microcoulomb and 5 microcoulomb. Calculate the potential at the center. You have to find out the potential. Fine. Side is 10 centimeter. For a hexagon, it is when we divide, the hexagon is having the equilateral triangle, 5 equilateral. My diagram is not nice. Actually, it is having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6. Okay, 6 equilateral triangles are present, not 5, 6 equilateral triangles are present for the hexagon. So since it is an equilateral triangle, 10, 10 everywhere, distance is 10, correct? 10 centimeter. We know the expression for V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So for each you have to find out. Since all the charges are same, I can write V is equal to 6 charges are there, 6 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 5 micro, R is nothing but 10 into 10 to the power minus 2. Correct? 10 centimeter. So therefore, I'll get the value V is equal to 6 into 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 10 into 10 to the power minus 2. Solution will be, what is the answer you get? Can you help me for the answer? 2.7 into 10 to the power 6. See, a regular hexagon of side 10 centimeter has a charge 5 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. Okay, each vertices you are keeping 5 microcoulomb, and this hexagon is having side 10 centimeter. Hexagon is having 6 equilateral triangles. So all the sides will be, the length of that is triangle will be 10 centimeter each. Now calculate the potential at the center. So from here to here the distance is 10. From here to here 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. So therefore, directly we know the expression V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. We said superposition principle. You can add it. Here since the distance and the charge value are same, I can write 6 into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 10 into 10 to the power minus 2. Substitute the values, you'll get the value 2.7 into 10 to the power 6 volt. Understood? The next problem, we will solve it in, further problems we will solve it in the next class. Okay, thank you.